Hey everybody, just getting the stream started. Hope that it's working correctly. Today we are streaming my first match of the Top Cut in the Stimhack Online Cash Refresh Tournament, kindly hosted by Fighting Walloon. So I'm going up against wildsam today. Haven't played him yet this tournament. We played last tournament at the start of the cut. But I haven't seen him yet this tournament. I have no idea what he's playing. He's on Wayland, and given the IDs that are out there, I'm guessing he's probably on Scorp, and he's on Anarch, and it's kind of a mixed bag there. But he might be on Noise, might be on Edkim. We'll see. I haven't really made any tweaks to my decks for the purposes of this match. Biggest one is that I thought that if he's running Scorp, then he might be running a Hunter Seeker, and so I put in some extra econ to my runner deck in case he takes out Magmothus. That's about it. So I'll start up a game. Oh. And it looks like Kevin has said he can commentate, so do that. So this is all live. Cool. So we'll just hang out for a minute while he gets set up.
Hello.
Hey, what's cracking, Kevin?
Hey, sorry about that. Took me a little longer than expected.
It's all good. I'm glad that you could, be available.
Yeah.
It's much appreciated.
Yeah, so let's get this started. Let me get into the here and I can share my screen.
Yeah,
I'm actually going to log out and come back in. Sorry, because I'm in my wrong Gmail account.
sure, no problem.
Okay, I'm back.
Great. Do you want to try
Hey.
to share your screen?
Yep. See my screen okay?
Yeah, it looks good. Just double check that it's showing up on stream.
Yep.
Yep,
Okay.
looks good. All right, well, I'm just going to start this game up because Wildsam's been waiting a little bit and it's very late where he is.
Okay, let's
So
go.
I'll take my headset off and I'll talk to you later.
Okay, cool. Okay, so Doug looks like he's chosen to go with Ag Infusion first. It's Corp against Noise. Let's look here at his hand here. So he's got Mind Game, Maryland. Decides to keep. It's good. Get that econ. It's like Wild Sam is trying. I'm not exactly sure what this build is, if it's a build or just a lot of viruses. I guess we'll soon see. But Ma's a good card to really disrupt HQ. I'm gonna open up stream here so I can see the chat. Well, I guess I really can't see it. That's okay. Not sure what Icy has there on HQ right now. Looks like he's kind of in a tough spot here because if he reses it, if he pushes him away, then he loses that ice. Yeah, it's probably best to res. Game. No, this is a good question. I don't know if there is a jack out window here on this one. I know with Ag Infusion there is not. take a look here and look it up. See if there is any FAQs about it. The runner can jack out before encountering ice on the news server because of mind game. So I don't know if there is a res window or not. Ouch. So that could really hurt if it's a snare. Oh, snare wouldn't do anything because he didn't have the money, but a shock or a breach dome would have really been painful. Wow, he's really going for it. I don't know why he made that run, actually. I guess he doesn't know it's an Obokata in there. Yeah, Doug just needs to draw up a little bit. This Maw is going to be a real problem for him. He just can't start building the server, yeah. I guess he wants him to, if he loses the mind game Sai, then he could go into Komainu and it would hit off his I've had worse. That's probably what he's thinking. Wow, Doug has really drawn a lot of agendas. And this is a DNA tracker on server 1. And then also now on HQ. I've had worse to fire. It's kind of a bummer that it didn't hit both of them. Ma really is doing a lot of work here. That data loop will be helpful for him. It's kind of drew it at the wrong time, though. Because he really wants to install an agenda and put the data loop out. Leaves him in a tough spot here with 4 cards in hand and Ma as an ability. He's going to run R&D this turn. Yeah, this deck is all about taking damage, and as you take damage, being able to trash HQ. Fortunate Doug's gotten all these agendas and they're getting trashed. So he might need us to start jamming out some agendas because I don't think Wild Sam can jamming them. I guess he has some stim hacks, which are pretty good, and Paperclip and Black Orchestra in the bin. Can definitely here would be an opportunity, I think, to probably jam a Nisei. Yeah, that's a good call. Oh, it looks like he's going to go for the maybe try and do a fast advance or something. It is definitely going to be a setup phase for Wild Sam this game, and he needs to get some stuff out. Yeah, Doug probably he doesn't have the great eyes. It might be good to draw and then play like hedge fund or something like that. Or take money, yeah. Yeah, it's a good time for Temujin there because Doug is really going to want to score this Nisei, so he can't put ice there, and he doesn't have any really ice. Going to be able to draw up real fast, or credit up real fast with Temujin. But scoring Nisei with Ag Infusion is very good, and it can get really difficult for the runner to be able to get into that remote. Those data sucker tokens, he might actually be able to do it pretty easily. Doing some self-inflicting damage. What box is he on? I don't think we've seen what big box he's on. This would be an Ordering Chaos. And I'm assuming that's the Maryland that he put in there. Potentially invoke a run here. But I actually don't think run his server ever. I think he just wants to trash HQ as much as he can and take damage and win off of archives. Might be time to purge. With he's gonna have 3 counters on Clan Vengeance after taking the stakes. Wow. Yeah, Doug does not really want him to fire it right now. Doug really needs the money, but yeah, he needs to jam that Obokata. I think that's just the best option for him because he's going to lose his whole hand otherwise. It's unfortunate too because at 21 credits with this and paperclip, he's looking pretty good to get in the server, but he doesn't know that. He probably might be thinking there's a Komainu at one of these, but this is the DNA tracker closest, and then the data loop. There's his MK Ultra, which is probably what he wants to be able to get into. He wants to be able to steal into this server. His challenge, though, is it's kind of difficult for him to be able to it's tough. I mean, Doug can just use his ability now and push him away. It's agenda for him. Get him to pay a little bit here. Yeah, I think wildsam doesn't really want to get pushed in D point, losing his hand at the end of his turn, and then hitting like a snare or yeah. So Doug should have a score right here, and he's looking pretty good. Just needs to draw into another agenda. And one of the face downs here is an Obokata. Ones that were milled. Biggest issue for Doug is going to be money here. Unfortunately, he's going to probably lose those. there's any agendas in archives. Time now. Well, he wouldn't be able to survive. He wouldn't be able to steal the Obokata. Be able to do that. Oh, and he's asking because he wants to trash his hand. It's a good call. He's saying there was a problem. Internet skipped out on there a little bit. He sold the Obokata and then milled his 2 ice. If he doesn't, he's going to probably try and mill his deck here again. And he's probably going to use Clan Vengeance is my assumption here. Put another Obokata in the bin. And Doug's in a really tough spot. He's going to use his action. If not, Doug's got to install that Obokata. I think that's the right move. I'm here. Well, I think he's given him enough time. He just got to move forward. Yep, that was a good move by Doug. I would put that ice over. Well, it's kind of expensive. Say, because he can't res them all, but yeah, he probably needs the money more. It's 8 for DNA Tracker and 7 for Data Loop. He wants to use one of them to push him away. Yeah, he's got to contest that. But he can't survive it, so yeah, keeping Data Loop. I think you let him go in and but he's gonna have 2 in hand. That's one of his biggest issues here. He doesn't have 2 cards, 4 cards. He's got to have a total of 6 cards in hand. He has to have a total of 8 cards in hand to be able to steal this. And that's very tough. He doesn't have the draw to get him up. And he's going to take 2 damage here. I don't think he's just going to res Ben Musashi. Loop is such a great combo with Ben Musashi and Obokata. It's really hard to deal with. I think Doug advances twice. And let's see. Yeah, because he can't drop. He can use either the Nisei counter or use his ability. Oh, wow, that's not great. Let's look at what's in archives. To pre-res, just in case of interdiction. But Wild Sam's in a tough spot here because he has to have a total of 8 cards to deal with this. And he has 4 clicks. And Doug can use his ability and Nisei. I think it's in here is to contest R&D, try and win off R&D, getting a Nisei or getting an Obokata. Oh, we can. That's the only other Obokata. 3 out, 2 in score area and server. So he basically needs 2 Nisei. Oh, never mind. He just needs 1 Nisei. Never mind. Oh, wow. That was a real bummer for Doug to draw that day, because he should just, his line of play here is to Clan Vengeance, run R&D, maybe drop a medium times, Clan Vengeance, run archives. I think he can actually win this. Oh, wow. I'm actually surprised he's contesting that. I guess from his perspective, he doesn't know there's an agenda in hand. But I don't... I guess he doesn't know it's an Obokata. He could think it's a Nisei with 2 cards. But I guess it doesn't matter. Because he can still like do his last click to with Ma. And that's game if he runs archives, which he should this turn. Oh, but he might. That on a counter ability is what's killer. Because he can't actually steal it. I think he thinks he's lost this game. archives to win. I mean, he's got to. That was a tough draw for Doug to get that, to draw that Nisei. That was a real bummer for him. I think he would have had this otherwise. Yeah, got to run archives. I can maybe win off of R&D. Wow. Wow. He thinks he can win off R&D, which would be, I mean, Doug's just going to use Nisei. He's got to stop him. Yep, that's game. Wow. That Nisei token, he could have stopped him on archives too. That was a really well played game.
Yo.
Great match, all.
Yeesh. I don't think I should have won that game. But I'll take it. I was really flooded early on.
Yeah, he's asking about data loop.
Yeah. Yeah, data loop is pretty new. Yeah, no, I didn't. Man, I should have expected Ma. That was really rough in the beginning. I thought that it was kind of a questionable hand to keep in the beginning.
Yeah, it's
but
a
I had
real
two
pain.
Marylands. Yeah, I had two Marylands, so I was like, oh, well, at least I'll get some econ out of it. And then Ma. So, oof, man. Anyway. And those Clan Vengeance, I think, were a real threat. It makes it way less appealing to ping them with net damage here and there.
Oh my gosh, that was a game, man.
Yeah.
He really I thought he was gonna win there at the end.
Oh, I think he should have.
You had that,
he should have won. Yeah, because I had an agenda in hand, so he should have.
Clan Vengeance, and then just. Well, it was interesting because I was like, when you drew that Nisei, I was like, oh no, he's gonna lose.
Yeah.
Because I thought jamming with the Obokata was the right call,
Mm-hmm.
and then, yeah, it was. That run on R&D, he didn't know you had an agenda, so that's a tough call.
Yeah, but I think once he hit the data loop and knew that he wasn't going to be able to steal Obokata, he should have tried R&D. If there was an agenda there, then
Yeah, because he ran in and lost two more cards, right? He ran in and trashed Ben Musashi. So
yeah. Anyway, cool. Well, I'm going to join this next game, and I'll talk to you afterwards.
Cool. Well played. That was a tough match.
Oof, I'm shaking.
Okay, so we got 64 card or 3 card max versus Wayland. Now this is going to be interesting. We are not showing hands. I will do my best to commentate. I don't really want to interrupt their game right now, but that's okay. I'll be able to see what's going on. So Wild Sam just icing up Doug's deck because he really needs to get Magnum Opus out. Wild Sam is on a He's on a, I'm assuming he's on a kill. Newshound. Oh, en passant, that's good. Yeah, in Doug's deck, he has so many Anarch disruption cards that he wants to take every advantage to use them. Draw aggressively to find your Opus. Everything in the bin. Good to go. So with these type of matchups, Doug has been running Citadel Sanctuary, where it helps a lot you from hand size reduced to 1. Oh, we might be doing Scorch with a G. Because he wants his hand size down. The thing about that, though, is if Doug has any I've had worse in hand, it makes it much more difficult. Oh, and he trashed and I had worse. Oh, and 2 frantic coatings. Ooh, that's hard. This was not a very good Doug. Doug does not really want to run, I think. That it's a, I'm assuming it's a C source build or even boom. I don't know what's in his other hand, but Ma would be a good card for disruption here. To be able to make runs and disrupt his HQ. Another really good card for Wild Sam's deck would be Brian Stinson. Transactions that can really accelerate your game plan. Newshound is a pain, ends the run, gives a tag, ends the run because of the current. It's just a pain to deal with. I don't think Doug's really liking the fact that he has to deal with this trace. He's debating right now if he should boost. Bring him down to 1 credit. And he does it. It's a good call, I think. 6 is at this point. A click for a credit, or you got to clear it anyways. Same space, same place. Oh, I don't think they realized that the end the run was active because oh wow, he pays the 5. Dang. And any of the games I played against M. Brizzle, and it was that bad pub really came to bite me in the end. I guess if you can pay it, it's probably a good choice to be able to pay. It's interesting, Doug is on turn 4, and it looks like he's almost halfway through his deck. And through it. Having a hand size of 4 is really looks like a pain for him. And not seeing an Opus. This makes it very tough. Doug has Opus in hand. I think he goes money, 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 Opus. He really kind of needs to get that economy out. I wonder what this is. Is it an agenda? Aggressively drawing. He must not be seeing his Opus. You have a 63 card deck. I really wish I could see the hands that they have. That would really help me to be able to tell what's going on here. Any type of money, that's good. For Doug, because he wants to be able to use wanton destruction, and that he's having to ditch into. He's got a lot of good cards in there. And there's a lot of programs too, so that's not too bad. That card. He has to have seen Opus now. So let's do Armitage Opus. There's that other wanton destruction, which is a bummer. Is very low on credits. What is this card that he's got? Global Food Initiative. So we know he's on creation or Data and Destiny. Oh, I guess we knew that from the Newshound. I guess it's a decent time to go poor, but man, he's gone really poor. Doug is just about to start swinging up, I think. Let's see what's in his archives. Audacity. Ooh. Doug has one medium. He runs several. He did have a Newshound in hand before. Sound. Yeah, I think Doug just needs to pressure. Ooh. Ooh, that en passant hurts. There's the Newshound. See if they realize that there is a oh, but he did remember. I'm not sure if he ended it last time at the beginning of the game. Did access it. Doug is now in a pretty good spot. I think he moneys up and then starts pressuring HQ or R&D to trash stuff. To the end of his deck here. He only has seen one medium, so I'm assuming he has some mediums in hand. And start running. Parasite Yogg. He really needs to clear that current. What's he pulling back? Yeah, that's a good call. 2. Whew. Wild Sam has been so poor this game, and all of this ice destruction has been quite painful for him. Some work. Parasite. It's like Doug doesn't have any cutlery in the heap, so he must have some in the bin. Thank you. He is out of cards. I have a feeling this is a show of force, something that he's playing in his hand. I think you got to click and contest it. Can't let him score that. Show of force is going to really hurt if it's a show of force. Damage. Meat damage. What is this? Armored servers. One must trash a card from his or her grip as an additional cost to jack out or break subroutines. Ouch. Oh, but it's limited. It has a certain amount of subroutines if you are using data sucker. The show of force. Not a good. Doug can keep the pressure up here. Did he use his? Oh, he stole an agenda, so he can use his Ma ability here. Keep running R&D. I think you just keep that pressure up. An additional parasite still in hand. Piece of ice. Wild Sam is in a tough spot here. He's poor. A lot of his stuff has been trashed. Assuming he wants to rush out, but Ma is just wrecking him. And then this medium. See, oh, a news team. That's spicy. Take the 2 tags, clear them. Trash news team. He takes it. He takes the point, agenda point. Now for Wild Sam, it's kind of tough because he can't to use his when you score it For the remainder of the run, the runner must trash a card from his or her grip as an additional cost to jack out or break. That card is a real pain for Doug. Doug just might be out of deck here. It's part of the problem. Is it per subroutine? Ideally, he runs into a card. If he runs HQ, he wants to kind of force him to use this on an ice that doesn't. Like the Newshound doesn't hurt him, and so he can just like take the tag and bounce off. Start pressuring HQ. Makes me wonder what his ice is if he has scored this. For Doug. We're just going to let him through. Okay. There's that. There's the Stinson I thought he might have. Hunter Seeker. He might Hunter Seeker something here of his. HQ, I think. Yeah, there's Hunter Seeker. He probably wants to take out. Ma is a really good thing to take out. Let's see. That's what I would trash, yeah. It really makes it a lot more difficult for Doug. I think running HQ a few times is a good move. There, cash refresh, you get so stacked with agendas. If he can pick one off here. He wants to try and force Wild Sam to use this counter, because this counter is kind of a pain for him. Yeah, it's a good call. Oh, but if you break, it depends on if you use this, I guess. Let's see what happens. But he didn't use it. I guess Doug might need to give him a window here if he wants to use it. Oh, good draw. Yeah, you got to keep pressuring HQ. That's where these agendas build up and cash refresh. I don't know. Ma did a lot of work. It's hard to say if that was the better trash, but Opus would have really held him down. I don't think Doug should run that. I guess he's on 5 points. Oh man, that's hard because if he puts in a trap there with armored servers and to not jack out. Whoredom. Yeah, I think Doug continues here. Yep. Oh, I guess let's do that. I guess losing him off for that reason, your MU, having 2 MU is pretty valuable with Opus. Oh, 2 Whoredom. Yeah, I think Doug's in a good spot now. Those aren't too to hurt him. Wow, and there it is, top of the deck. Good games. I believe undefeated. Wow.
Yo, that
Great
was
game.
tough.
That was a tough
man.
match. Like he didn't have the hands visible either, so that made it really hard to know what was going on.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, that armored
Oof.
servers, like I was trying to anticipate what type of ice he had out that was like spiky enough that would kill you or hurt you.
Yeah,
You know what I
I was
mean?
worried about that. Like, because, I dug through my entire friggin' deck looking for Magnum Opus.
Yeah, no, you were on turn
So
4. You were on turn 4. You were halfway through your deck.
yeah. Yeah, it wasn't good. But yeah, I was just like, man, I hope he doesn't have something that'll kill me. But he was broke enough that at least knew he wasn't going to score out of server 1 immediately.
Yeah, GFI score, it broke him, right? He went to 0 for it.
Yeah, he did. That was a little dubious. And I think I actually managed to get en passant pretty much whenever I needed it. I had the third one in my hand, so I was going to use my next click to run server 1 and kill some of that ice if I didn't get off of R&D. But whew,
Yeah.
anyway.
I really thought that armored servers was a paper trail at first. And so is it paper trail? No,
oh yeah, the one that kills me.
the one that gives you meat damage, and I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
I wonder if like Doug's gonna get hit with meat damage and lose like some of his cards that he needs.
Yeah, I thought that was a strong possibility. It was one of those things where, like, as soon as I passed my turn, I was like, man, I probably should have read that. But anyway, cool. Well, thanks for providing commentary. Is there anything you had in mind, or anything you saw that is worth noting, or how are you feeling about this cash refresh tournament?
I mean, I think you made the right plays there at the end. Running HQ is extremely valuable because agendas build up. I didn't see his hand, so I didn't know it was in there, but I was assuming there was agendas. You had this max deck, man. It just, the Anarch cards are good.
Yeah, I think really it's Ma does so much work in this format.
Yeah, Ma is really good, and I think it's just yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, just, I mean, the breaker suite is definitely quite usable.
Yeah.
Especially like data suckers and Ice Carver keep things somewhat manageable. So yeah, I don't know. I think that really just any orange
problem is that Corps have real trouble without Jackson Howard, right? Like this is like these max decks are hard as is with Jackson Howard to play against, and if you don't have Jackson Howard, are easy ways to bring things back. So you have Ma, Jackson Howard, Wanton Destruction, en passant. Like your board state is getting disrupted all the time. So you have so many limited ways. I guess Friends is really good in HB, but
yeah,
I mean,
but yeah, I mean, I
still does a lot of work, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see post rotation how this pans out, because like I get the sense that stuff like demo run and wanton destruction are not seeing as much play right now in standard format. Um, Partially because it's like everyone's got 3 Jacksons, so like knocking stuff out of hand is like it's annoying, but it's you can normally recover from it pretty quickly. So we'll see if that becomes more popular after rotation. Should be interesting.
So what were some of the even going back to your other game, tough decisions that you had to make when you were playing Ag Infusion?
So the opening mulligan was tough because like without Celebrity Gift and restructure, you can end up a little bit poor. And so like I had 2 Marylands in hand and 1 crappy ice, a mind game. And I thought, well, I'll keep it because like, that means there's a lot of ice left in my deck and I'll have some econ going.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I felt like a big struggle you had. You were drawing tons of agendas in that game, and like not ice. Which getting agendas is good, but you had a ton, so he was able to plan vengeance or mawing them away.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that I probably should have lost that first game, honestly. Like he ran archives when he had 4 cards in hand and there was an Obokata in there and he didn't steal it. And like that is defensible because he probably had some stuff in hand he didn't want to lose. But that also would have put him on 5 points.
So yeah, like, he had some other. I think he wanted to keep stuff in his hand, and he was like, "Oh, that's not going anywhere right now." And you had advanced something. You had something in the server that you wanted to deal with, but you didn't deal with, and you preemptived instead to like bring the Obokata back.
Yeah, that's right.
That.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough to manage the agendas and like where they go. I was really flooded, and
you were really flooded,
yeah, that was hard.
But like I think you made a really good call. I think your best call was, okay, I'm not going to win this match playing my way. I'm going to win this match if I jam out agendas, and just jam them out and see if he can get in. And he was never really in a position to get in, I think, ever. Once you had Ben Musashi and stuff.
Yeah.
And even that Nisei, like jamming that Nisei was a really good play because you put it in early, and then you advanced once, and then you did it again, like finished it off the next turn.
Yeah. Yeah, I was really hoping. So like things that didn't go well that game. Like the main thing that was causing me stress was not seeing any breach domes, because like being able to poison archives would have like he would have hit it once, and then that would have made me feel a lot less stressed until I was on game point with having stuff in hand I didn't want sniped out with Clan Vengeance.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he didn't see any like spiky things off R&D when he was hitting it with like no cards in hand.
I know. Oh god, I was so hoping for it. I was like, there are 5 cards left in this deck. When there were like 25 cards left in there, it's like there are 5 cards left that would just win the game outright. But no such luck. But
he had very interesting builds. I think I was assuming on this building a better world deck. For some reason I think he's on a Sea Source maybe type of build. I'm not sure. Yeah, he's on Data and Destiny.
Yeah, he must be. Because I saw the Scorch in his hand at one point.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't really know.
But with that current, right? Like he puts you at a hand size of 4, so it's easier to kill you.
Yeah, I was definitely like seriously in like threatened by a value Scorch or 2.
Yeah.
Because like if he'd hit me once, then I wasn't even gonna be able to draw back up to 4 cards again.
I'm surprised you didn't have Citadel Sanctuary in this deck.
Yeah, no, actually I took it out because I knew he was playing Wayland instead of NBN. And I honestly didn't think that you could get this far in the tournament with a Wayland kill deck. Because I mean, like without, I mean, you know, you I guess you have hard hitting news. Maybe he has hard hitting news in here.
Well, in C-Source Scorch.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe it's just that I think that so many people are on Citadel and so many people are on Aaron that C-Source just doesn't seem like it's very effective to me in this format. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
guess
I
because
don't know.
he has Brian Stinson. You know, I like
Yeah.
using Brian Stinson with C-Source and closed accounts to
Yeah.
cash up. But I don't know. I actually don't know what he was doing.
Yeah. I mean, he's got an Audacity in the bin.
Yeah,
So
maybe just jamming. Maybe those are maybe that's the threat of the kill. But then like jamming agendas in the remote.
yeah, just I guess Wayland doesn't have any 3-2s in this format, right? Because their only 3-2 is Atlas. So yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. They're tough matches though.
Yeah, I guess hostile. Sorry, my internet keeps going in and out a little bit.
That's all good. Yeah.
Well, I apologize ahead of time for my lack of bad commentary, and my internet did go out there for a second. And I was like, okay, where are they? He's running archives, but the computer is frozen. So.
Oh. Yeah, no worries, man. I'm just happy to have it so I can look back at what was actually done, and figure out where what things I didn't do well, because I definitely felt like I was on the ropes for both of those games for significant portions of them.
Yeah, I kind of think he got lucky on some of those. Like him not running archives, man, at the end. I was like, as soon as I saw that Nisei, I was like, oh, Doug's lost this.
Yeah.
That was like the first thing I thought.
Yeah, no, when I drew it, that's what I thought. I didn't have my microphone on, which is good.
Yeah.
I was not happy to see that. But yeah.
Very well played. Very well played.
Yeah. Well, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Who are you playing next then?
I think it's me and Biz the Dad.
Okay.
I don't know that I think I played him last tournament, but I don't think I've played him this one yet. But
okay.
Anyway, so if that goes well, then maybe I'll see you in the finals.
Yeah. Well, I gotta play the winner of 0 Hour and Tyrell Corp, and
okay.
Pretty sure 0 Hour is on a that like looks at 20 cards from R&D. So.
Oh, okay.
I think it's going to be tough to deal with.
That's the thing. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I saw that game where he played against Dan, or yeah, whoever it was. Yeah, I guess it was Dan or Pureflight. One of them was streaming it.
Yeah.
But
that looks like. I mean, oof.
Yeah, I don't know how to deal with that.
Well, and I don't know how. I was been thinking about that. Like with moons, do I just go faster or do I tech against it? Like I really don't know. So.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, God of War.
It's kind of fun in this format to. Yeah, it's kind of fun in this format to like think about that though, where we get to adjust our decks slightly. Mm-hmm. Is it just better for me just to like keep my deck and try harder to play it against maybe just alter a little bit?
Yeah.
I've tried switching things up a ton, but it like doesn't actually help me, I feel.
Yeah, the main change I made for this matchup was putting in a couple of Armitage code busting, because I thought that there's a good chance I would get Magnum Opus Hunter Seeker out from under me at some point. And,
yeah.
Just having some extra recon in there seemed important. Yeah.
I was really, he Hunter Seeker the Maw, and I was like, oh, that's a pain, but I think Magnum Opus would have been the better thing.
Yeah, I think so too. I blew my last Deja Vu. I had kept it in hand for a while, thinking if he Hunter Seekers Magnum Opus, I can pull it back. And then I just kind of got lazy and forgot about it. And
and you really wanted those parasites to get rid of those ice. You're like getting greedy.
Yeah. Yep. So
Deja Vus. How many Deja Vus are in the core set?
Only 2.
2.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. That makes it more difficult.
Yeah, so.
And you milled one of them, maybe. Yeah,
I think did I actually
that one frantic coding was like that frantic coding was a terrible frantic coding. You lost 2 frantic codings.
Yeah, that was disappointing.
In it, that was a really bad one.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was great games. and my commentary is blah. So
I'm sure it's great.
I got better towards the end, but the first game I did not know what I was doing. I really think I would enjoy this a lot more if I was talking with someone else.
Yeah, no, I think that doing with the team is way more fun. I commented
my match.
Your match. Yeah, and at least when I was doing that, Neuropanzer was on Slack with me, so he was at least like feeding me lines and like, yo, did you notice this?
I tried looking at like the chat or something like that at the same time, but like it was taking up my computer screen. I don't have my other monitor plugged in right now, so I was like, oh, this isn't working.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks a lot, man. I'm going to hit stop broadcast, but I really appreciate your time, and I hope to play against you real soon.
Yeah, I don't really want to face your decks. They're hard.
I don't want to face yours either. So let's both lose our next matches. Does that sound?
That's not what I'm going to do.
All right, take it easy, man. See you.
Okay, bye.